thing that's led to them being undefeated is their dominance on this face-up. You have number 23, Thatcher Ponti, taking the majority of draws for them. At near 90% in the game against Norway and high 70s in an earlier game as well. They'll be wanting to continue that streak. The face-off guy for England, who has also been fantastic and man of the match in the last game, Mackenzie Morland. As we put the ball down, we're about to get underway here.
Yeah, we also saw a really strong performance by Mackenzie yesterday, really dominating the face-off X against the Netherlands.
As he loses that first one, it has been raining quite a bit here over the last couple of days, and he's just lost his foot in there. But it was a nice clean win for Latvia, and they will settle up for their first attack. I think a couple of players to watch out for in this Latvian attack. I think a big one, number 10, Ilyas Lazda with the red cleats. You've got number 14, Andris Doctors. He scored a couple, and you will see quite often the face-off guy stay on. He got a couple in there last game. Let's move it across now. Just swinging it through. This is the face-off guy. Thatcher Ponti moving it on now to Doctors. Skips it through, and it's out of bounds. Nice little off-ball movement there from the Latvians, but the pass just not finding its mark as England get an opportunity to clear and get their first attack. Ball coming in with Cam Major here on the near side.
Yeah, it was kind of surprising Fatchi Punti stayed on. I mean, as a face-off guy, normally in these kind of games, you'll see that the face-off guy will go off right away, but he stayed on and played offense.
Certainly, he's a big physical player, and he's clearly got the fitness to do it.
Definitely.
As I say, game against Finland, he got a couple of goals and was very impactful in that attack, and it's something that he'll look to do again today against this strong English defence. Just get the ball down to Dan Watson now, through to Drew Bickerton.
Who also had a really strong performance yesterday, Drew Bickerton. I mean, he was feeding, he was scoring, all over the place, actually.
He did indeed, and this is the man who opened the scoring for them yesterday with a similar move. Danny Hilditch, he'll just keep it. He rolls over the top, gets his hands free, dips it down low. Looking for Alex Russell. He drops the ball, which is a rare mistake from him, but we've got a flag on the play. That's a slash against number, I think 55, it may have been, Harrison Nadge. England get a minute opportunity. Do have a player who's gone down injured here, though, for the Latvians.
Yeah, it's number 11, Abelite. And he was already struggling a couple of seconds before. He tried to get off, but then he's just, now he's really hurt. Yeah, and he already takes off his helmet. Looks like he's out for the game.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing too serious. He's a player who's been very impactful on the between the lines for this Latvian team so far in this competition. So they'll hope it's nothing too serious. It's a shame to see someone fall injured, particularly this early on in the game. But we will restart down low with Tim Collins. Just going out to the ball here for England for their first man-up play. Go to Alex Russell now. Across to Hilditch. Goes through X, Drew Bickerton now. Back up. I'm looking a little bit stagnant, this England team. Movement on the crease, but now they start to get things moving. Kicks it out. Dan Watson. He gets it up. Nice little fake from Hilditch. Skip pass through. And it's a great finish from Blair Pachareva. Plays his lacrosse out of Nottingham Trent and Brooklands. That's a fantastic finish from him. Just takes it well, low angle, drops his hands, slots it past the keeper there. We've got 1-0 England. Just about 2.5 minutes into this game, and obviously it would be disappointing for Latvia to go a man down so early on, and England just punishing them with that one. But as we mentioned, the face-off guy for Latvia has been dominant in this competition, and he'll look to continue it today, and if he can do so, then the odd goal here and there won't impact his team too much, hopefully. We've got an illegal procedure by White. They're just going to sort of bring through the officials.
It's getting corrected.
I'm as clueless as you guys are at home. Just wait for the officials here. It was a better fight in that one from Mackenzie Morland. He was really physical, got over it, reacted well when the ball did pop out, and managed to get over the top of it to protect it. Not really sure what the call was for, but looking like it's going to be a reface.
Interesting.
Still don't really know what for, but as I say, the face-off battle is going to be a crucial one in this matchup today, so I'm not disappointed to watch another one. Apologies any viewers at home that are looking down the line as we are for the wonky halfway line. That's a nice little face there, and England come up with their first win of the day through Mackenzie Morland. He can soak the pressure as well. We saw him get a nice goal yesterday, but doesn't soak that. It's a big hit.
Oh, and England just with the timeout, just in time.
Fantastic game management there from the English coaches. Saw him nearing the touchline. He's got a lot of experience, Sam Pat, and his coaching staff, so they've seen him in trouble there, and they'll like to just take the sting out of it and retain the ball. Big shout out to Dave O'Cal, former England player, and a big personality around the English game. He's watching at home and he's loving the commentary on the face-off. It's going to be a battle today, and if England can get the better of Thatcher Ponte, which is what other teams have struggled to do, then they'll have a good day. But equally, Latvia, when they have possession, their first little settled offence, I think you'll agree, they look sharp, they moved it well, just that final pass giving the turnover to England. So I think we're in for a good day, still 1-0. So we're just nearing the end of this first time out for England.
Yeah, I think England didn't have too much problems with both Bulgaria and the Netherlands yesterday. So I think this is might be a better matchup for them today. Latvia with the kind of the upset in the second day of the tournament, winning over the Netherlands. And it was a good game as well. I think we've seen a strong Latvian team, a little bit different than before.
Certainly, I think it's everyone's little underdog so far. There's a lot of talk, people not wanting them in the later rounds of the tournament because they look physical, they win the face-off and they can get goals. You skip it through there, that's Ed Loveland to Will Prescott. He gets up to Tom Roper, back to Ed Loveland now. Just working his defender well. Back up to Tom Roper. Terrible at cards, apparently, Tom Roper, according to his Hillcroft teammate, Jack Crawley. It's a nice little turn from Dan Watson over the top, gets his hands free and just puts it wide.
It's a great pick there by his teammate. And he could get around, get his hands free and shoot.
I think, speaking to some of the England camp, they didn't really run as many sets as they wanted to the first couple of games. Got a late hit off ball and the ball goes out. Ed Loveland on the receiving end of that one. As I was saying, I think speaking to some of the England camp, they maybe didn't run through as many sets as they wanted to in the first couple of games. They tried to against Bulgaria and they did a few against Netherlands, but it was just good to see them playing some free flow in lacrosse and working with each other and showing how good they are as teammates. But it's looking like they're running a few more sets today, a lot more picks. Working together a little bit more. Let's get a second man-up opportunity. Ball comes out now to Blair, who opened the scoring. It's a big stop from the keeper.
England keeps it in.
Yeah, it's Ryan Richards in goal for this Latvian side. Very solid keeper who's had a very good outing so far in the competition. Getting across Will Prescott now. Tom Roper. Gets it down to Tim Collins, who hits the crossbar. No goal from the official on the near side here. Skips it across the second time. Dan Watson not able to get that one to go, but Will Prescott retains it for his team. I think the worrying thing about this man up for England is the shooters can come from anywhere. They've got some big outside shooters. They work well off ball. Great players inside. It's really difficult to read. As talking about great shooters, they pass it to Dan Watson there, and maybe the ball was too grippy. He's used to playing with a few shiners in England, I think, but his team retains it as the penalty's released. We're all even now.
Yeah, I think this field and these conditions are actually in favor of the English because I think they're used to it.
If anything, it's a bit...
Little soaked pitch.
If anything, it's not rained enough, I would say. But Tom Roper looking to engage. He's an athletic dodger, gets his hands free. Yeah, again, Tim Collins retains off the shot, I think. I would have said that was still a shot. He didn't have possession, but that's why I'm not dressed as a highlighter right now. Richards with the ball. It was a good defensive set there from Latvia. Obviously saw out the penalty. They were compact, allowed a couple shots, but none of them able to go. And then when they were man-on-man, they were aggressive. They were pushing out. Managed to not let an easy opportunity. And now they're up in the attack. Interestingly enough, the face-off guy, Ponti, has come onto the field for this attack. It's not a case of him staying on. He's subbed in for it. So shows how much of a big player he is as he goes to kickstart this, dodging on Dan Flisk. Good defence yet again from Dan Flisk. The other short stick D-midi, Cam Major, matching his intensity on the other side.
Yeah, that was good manage with a big bull dodge on the English defence, but managed to get it to X.
Yeah, they're swinging it well. The Latvians just being patient. A lot of movement off ball, players changing positions. That's what they're going to have to do if they break them down today. This level of engagement. They turn a corner.
Yep.
That was number 14, Doctors. There with the shot. Can't quite get it to go.
It's Lesda with the ball.
Yeah, he was a key player for them.
Yeah.
In previous games. Does a lot of the unsung hero stuff off ball. Moves it well. It's a very well structured England defence. I think a lot of that comes down to the experience of Will Baxter in the cage as he makes his first save of the game and gets that dime of a pass upfield to Cam Major, who's got the speed to carry it down. We're in a fast break opportunity. Yep. Ball comes out.
Oh, that's a good shot.
It's a
and also a good save by Richters.
It was. He's a good keeper, Richters. Going to have to make him move if you're going to put it in the back of the net, and he makes another big stop there. But England get it back. Danny Hilditch just taking the speed out of it now.
Oh,
I say that.
good fake.
Makes me eat my own words a little bit.
And England finds the time to settle it down and get the right personnel on.
Certainly. What I like here with this Latvian defence, they're playing out quite a lot. You know, they're not being overly aggressive, but they're not letting these English players run at them. I'll say that again, and almost happened with Alex Russell, but Will Shirt didn't have the time to build up any speed there as he engaged with his defender. He's ready to just push him away and almost gets the ball back for his team. I think that's one thing the Netherlands weren't as good at, particularly towards the latter stages of the game, is playing out further. And it allows the English attackers to build up some speed, and as soon as that happens, it forces a slide, you can get it moving, and they're always going to find passes as Drew Bickerton gets it up top now. Alex Russell. Great dodge from Alex Russell. That's textbook Alex Russell. Just comes underneath his defender. He baits like he's going high. His defender takes an extra step up and he just goes down the alley. He loses his footing, but what a finish that is into the bottom corner.
Yeah, he really found a lot of space right in the center of the field and dodged his opponent and found the back of the net to make it 2-0 for England. And just as we get some sun here.
Yeah, it'll last a couple of minutes, I'd imagine, and then we'll be back to the rain clouds. But I think this Latvian team's looked solid so far defensively. And when they've had the ball, they've had a few little looks. Ponti on the face, almost coming up with another win there.
Yeah, it's a really good battle between Mackenzie Moreland and Ponti.
It certainly is. Latvia come up with it off a loose ball push there. It's another opportunity for them to attack and test Will Baxter in the goal with just over 4 minutes to go in this first quarter. I think this is a good test for both teams here. Obviously, Latvia being very good. We mentioned they've been an underdog story for a lot of people. England not really being tested so much. And as you enter the latter stages of the tournament, you really want to get some solid reps under your wing, and it's a good opportunity for both teams to better themselves and iron out any creases as it comes to crunch time in those knockout stages come Tuesday. Good little dodge underneath. Good shot there.
Great save as well.
It was. That was Mowens, number 4, with a little move underneath his defender. But Will Baxter makes a save, and he comes out his crease and gets the ground ball for his team here. Great play from him, and another fantastic outlet pass. That's Danny Madeley clearing the ball there. It's the fastest I've ever seen him run there. Danny Madeley, he's done a good job getting it over the halfway line. Here's the first goal scorer, Blair. The ball, kicks it up top. It's Will Prescott. Looking to sub through the 50 here, but they've got Nick DiCaprio in attack with a pole, who played at the last World Championships with a short stick for England, so he could definitely handle himself up there.
Oh, good save by Richters.
Again, got to make him move a little bit more. He's just sent it down the middle of the goal, Will Prescott. It was a nice little dodge, but big save from Richters, and he got the other way with it.
Looked a little bit like he couldn't get it out of stick as he wanted it. It's a little bit.
Yeah, he's a good player. I'm sure he'll work a few more opportunities, but Latvia yet again with a successful clear. Something they're really good at is slowing it down after getting a turnover and getting it across the halfway line. And they've got massive support down to our right here. Good 100 or so people on the Latvian side of the supporters, and you might be able to hear them in the background really trying to get behind their team to try and get things going now.
Yeah, we're also seeing a lot of other teams here at the venue staying to watch this game. It's a really high anticipated game today.
Certainly is. Nice dodge over the top. Gets it back to Lasda. Gets it down. Just being really patient. They're trying to just figure out this English defence and how they're working. Not putting themselves under too much pressure. Pulling it all the way out. Here's Mowens. He's had a couple of good looks so far. Nice pick for him. Swings it across. Whilst they're just soaking that pressure there. He calls if he doesn't want it here from the English.
It's Goodmanis again with a big bull dodge.
Keep it in. That's an interesting one. I've seen that call a few times today. So usually you see it towards the end of the game. We've got a moving pit call there. And Grady Jackson failed, just looking to push the intensity, get that ball over. Does so really well. Just pass it off before he gets over here. Ed Loveland, he kicks it down. Blair Pachareva just kicking it up top. Danny Hilditch, he's got a shot. And he does indeed have a shot. It's fantastic. It's a great effort from him. It was good intensity on the clear from England. He pushed the tempo. You still see Tom Hallam on the field there. He hadn't even had an opportunity to sub off. They just pushed it that quickly. Kicked it down. Blair looked like he was going to shoot, but instead pulled it out, skipped it through. Danny Hilditch just...
Yeah, it was really a shot from deep. I think he didn't even... You know, a couple of steps behind the line there, the restraining line.
He just saw that space, and when you're top centre, you can see all the goal. But it's a fantastic face-off yet again from Latvia. They're pushing the intensity here with Doctors. It's a great check and a great ride there from Latvia. Oh, it's a good block. It's very scrappy at the moment.
That's it for the first quarter.
End of the first, 3-0 the score. A lot of positive from both sides. I think the England team, when they've got it up there, have looked very good. Moved it well, they've been patient, they've worked those attacks. I think Latvia's defence has made them work a little bit more than other teams may have. They've been very dominant on the face-off so far, Latvia, so I'm sure as this game continues, it'll be a nice affair for us to enjoy. captain Will Baxter. We don't have time there as time on the quarter period has expired. We've got the same two on the face-off to begin with here. Number 23, Facci Ponti for the Latvians. Number 14, Mackenzie Morland for England. It's been a well-fought battle so far. Score is 3-0 to England. But no doubt Latvia have got the ability to get back in this. There's a nice little goose forward there. But England retain it. Good talk from Tom Hallam on the near side, just telling his teammates to shift it the other way and push it down the far side. I think it's great to see this English side, very domestic orientated. I think all but two of the players grew up playing lacrosse in England and a lot played from a young age. There's been a development tournament today for under 8s, under 10s at Wilmslow Lacrosse Club. So big shout out to them. I believe it's on the TV inside the clubhouse, and a lot have stayed to watch this one. So hope you're all enjoying. So get it up to Tim Collins now.
It was actually guarded by Facci Ponti. He's really a two-way midfielder here.
Yeah, he's very athletic. He doesn't seem to tire, which is ideal. They've got a couple of other people who can take a draw, but he's the main look. So you'd hope he wouldn't tire his legs out too much, because I imagine there's going to be some crucial face-offs later in the game, but some good defence here. Say that as he gets beat by Tim Collins. He skips it up and across again to Danny Hilditch. One more, Wilshire. Great save there. Richter's just reading the bounce well. It's been difficult to read the bounce on this grass field by the looks of it over the last couple of days, but it's fantastically well there, and great pressure from the English defence as big pole number 18, Salkatins, tries to clear it there. Danny Hilditch just walk it over, settle it back down to Drew Bickerton.
Yeah, it feels like Latvia still has a little bit of a problem to settle it down, take their time on offense. It looks a little rushed, and England can convert it in a turnover really quickly all the time.
Certainly, I think this English defence is really good at baiting teams into that narrow channel. He felt like he had a lane there through the middle, but both defenders came in, put pressure on. We've got a flag there, I think, for a head check. Alex Russell just kicking it through. That was a nice little look. I don't think Blair saw it coming, but we've got the flag. Oh, we've got a cross check, not a head check, apologies. It's still going to be a minute for Latvia, and it gives England yet another opportunity. I think that's their third minute of man down for Latvia.
It's going to be a penalty for Bryce Danovskis. He's going to be in the box for a minute.
Yeah, it looks solid, this man down unit, but you won't want to give away too much more, because throughout the game England will read you better, and they have created a few looks on man-up opportunities. Drew Bickerton now, carrying it around, kicking it across. Again, I think the luxury this England team have is the number of lefty attackers they've got.
Another good save by Richter. Can't say anything about that.
It's fantastic. It's just saying England have a number of really talented left-handed offensive-minded players. It's just able, particularly on a man-up situation, you can just stack that left-hand side a lot more than other teams can, and it makes it a lot harder to read. And you've got to run on both sides. Has a nice, intense ride there for England. Forces an error.
Yeah, so what I said earlier. It feels like Latvia can't really, take the time on offense and has the time to settle it down.
Yeah, it's difficult clearing when you are man down, but you expect a little bit more composure than that. Nice little backhanded pass. The skip across from. We've got. The calls come from the bench. I'm not really sure what for, but he pointed this way and he gave England the ball back. Just realised I said this way, but you can't see me, so that was stupid. Alex Russell now. He's got a nice little split dodge over the top. He's got one today. Drives underneath yet again to his left hand. Kicks it back up. Tim Collins across. Tom Roper. Gets his hands free. Just goes behind. It's good defence there from Latvia. Good individual defence, certainly. Still only 3-0. We're scoreless 5 minutes into this second quarter. Does well to keep Dan Watson at bay there, the defender. Comes up to Tim Collins on this top right corner. Back to Alex Russell. He gets his hands free. I think he's trying to send that one back to Poynton. That's over the bar. That's a little bit wayward, but his teammate Drew Bickerton backs it up. It's a good little move from him, though.
That was a really good inside look. Couldn't really connect, but England still comes up with it.
Yeah, indeed. Dan Watson just with a nice little move on the crease. Defender just gave him a yard of space, but doesn't go.
A little confusion here, yet again with
so
referees.
I think what's happened, they've called get it in, keep it in, a bit of a stall warning, but they've called it midway through the pass. So the ball's already going out of the restrainer, so a little bit of confusion. They get the ball back, but the stall warning now is in effect. Tom Roper looking to attack down low now. Something that's been in effect quite early on in a few games this tournament, interestingly enough. Tim Collins with a big shot from just inside the restrainer, but again, Richter's with a big save.
Yeah, he's really standing on his head today. He really keeps Latvia in this game right now because yeah, they're having time and room shots all over the place, England.
Certainly are, but they got the opportunity to get it up. And again, a loopy pass isn't the greatest, and England get the ball back before Latvia's attackers have even touched it. That's Tom Hallam sending it down the line. Finds Alex Russell, and he's got time and room to run into.
Ooh. And
they've called a timeout, which was interesting.
Yeah.
He was running into yards and space into a 3-on-2 situation, so. But the coaches have obviously seen a few things they want to talk over, and them getting possession there. There's an opportunity for them to do so.
Yeah, I reckon he's not too happy with that timeout call.
No, I know I wouldn't be, but then again, I'm not fast enough to fill that space in time, so
yeah,
probably do me a favour.
I see the assistant coaches on the sideline hugging Alex Russell there.
Yeah,
try to comfort him a little bit. But
he's a very electric player, Alex Russell. He's got a lot about his game, and you know, he's really passionate and a born winner, I would say. Obviously, brother also played for England, captained England, Sam Russell. He'd be annoyed that he couldn't press that and get a goal or get an assist for his team. But equally, I'm sure he'll come back out and be able to create something off the back of this. If you're Latvia, I think it's more of the same. Defensively, they've been solid. It's just a case of just take a breather, slow down the clear a little bit. Obviously, with no shot clock in the international game, they can just take a bit of sting out of the ball. They just need to make sure they get it into that attack and allow their big names in attack to be able to do something. Obviously, Blumberg's number 9, Lasda, number 10. You know, you've got 14, Andrews Doctor. So you've got some big names and some big talents that can create stuff. It's just a case of actually getting it up there, just being calm on the clear. But the ball is starting out near us on the near wing with England. Bit of life from this England support down our left. Loveland kicks it up top to Will Prescott. Kicks it down. Keeps it out well there, Loveland. Kicks it across to Will Shirt. Dan Watson just trying to make things happen. MMU's finest.
Oh.
He turns. Big save from Richters.
Again, I mean, this comes up save after save.
Yeah, he's got really sharp reactions. He gets down to balls well, but equally when they kick back up, he's explosive and he jumps up. He didn't have to do that there, but Latvia finally get it up. They call their timeout. Now gives them an opportunity to get the right personnel out there without the pressure of with that aggressive England defence, and hopefully they can get things going and get their first tally on the board. Score still 3-0. No goals in this quarter, interestingly enough.
Yeah, it's been a low-scoring quarter so far, but probably the main reason is because Richters is really, standing on his head out there and really keeping Latvia in the game.
Certainly, I think, interestingly, watching them the other day, they scored quite a few goals in transition. Obviously, that intense ride from the England team has not given them the opportunity to do so far, causing a few unforced errors, making them make passes that wouldn't normally do, and I think they're going to have to either take a breather whilst trying to force that and trying to get those transition goals, or, as I say, slow it right down like they did on this last clear and really take the speed out of it so that they can get the ball up and let their attack do the work. But they've looked solid defensively with Richters leading the line back there, and England, when they've had the ball, have been active, they move well, they've created shots. Just hope Latvia's offence can do similar here.
See a couple of the usual suspects here for Latvian offense, with Doctors, Lazda, of course, in offense. And here, Facipunti, the face-off man, dodging down the alley.
Big drive from him. Ball going through X now. Great pressure there from Cam Major out of Mella. He's put pressure on that receiver of the pass. He's not been able to catch it, and all of a sudden England get the ball back. They've sent it across to Dan Flisk, who I thought was excellent yesterday against the Netherlands, and he's looked solid again today. He passed it down to to Drew Bickerton, sorry, who's had to jump for that one.
Oh, it's going to be a Latvian ball here.
It's good pressure off the back of that drop pass from Dan Flisk, but wasn't to be. One thing, you can hear Will Baxter, as soon as they turn the ball over, you can hear him commanding his defence before the ball's anywhere near his own half, which I think is massive for his team, and I think it's been pivotal in their excellent riding today. Doesn't stop talking and really helps his team know what's happening around them when they're watching off ball.
And there we have Facipunti again.
Yeah, this Latvian offence, they like to spread things and they pull it out wide. Really want to get things going. It's a nice little pick. Pop back out to Facipunti. He'll like his matchup against Dan Flisk. Dan Flisk really getting high and being aggressive so that he can't build up any speed, and he's drawn a flag.
And a goal by Latvia.
Yeah, it was good initial defence from Dan Flisk. He's thrown a little chop in there, got the flag as Facipunti lost his foot in, but he's jumped back up, got his hands free and stuck the bouncer past Will Baxter. He's not seen many shots today, but he's been good when he has, apart from that one. Richters runs up to the halfway line to not only congratulate his face-off guy, Facipunti, but to also give him a bit of water, because as we've said a couple of times, he's been on the field quite a bit today, and he probably need that now that the sun's out.
Yeah, he really needs that hydration probably.
It's a great face-off from him. Great fight. Two England players fall over each other and Facipunti comes up with it. And Latvia call their second time out of the half. That's both teams used both timeouts.
Yep.
Latvian supporters really getting behind the team after that one. It was a well-fought face-off and a big win for his team. They'll look to use the advantage on the man up. I'd guess there's about 45 seconds left on that one.
And we see a flag flying there. I don't know if that's
interesting.
Actual flag or just
unsportsmanlike. Number one. There is no number one, so Saying 1 minute, I think, but they're still discussing it. Be nice if the referees were microphoned up, so that we had a clue what was going on. But
Yeah, we don't have to guess.
yeah. It's like pulling penalties out of tombola over here. We're just making it up and just hoping it's right, but the referees are on top of things, so. Look what he calls it.
And yeah, it's going to be an unsportsmanlike. 1 minute.
I don't know what number he said.
No.
It looked like a 1 to me, but England don't have a number 1, so they're stopping the clock. I don't know if it was against the coach or. But they do have 5 people on the pitch. So I'm guessing on that basis it was against Dan Flisk. So he's serving another minute, I would assume. Unless he's the in-home. I don't know. Your guess is better than mine at home, but it's a 5-man zone and there is an extra penalty. That's all that matters. It looks to utilise it here.
Yeah.
Kick it up. Nice shot. That's the first time I think today we've seen Blumbergs on this offence. I've mentioned him a few times. He was a key player in previous games. Scored quite a few goals for them earlier in the tournament. He gets the space, but just sends a shot down the middle. He'll look to clear it now. Out to Will Baxter. Goes to set a screen for Cam Major. It's an interesting looking clear.
Yeah.
But Cam Major has the speed to just outrun those Latvian offensive players. And he gets it all the way over for his team. They'll still have quite a bit of penalty to kill though.
Yep.
He's getting told to use it by England coach Vince Cara.
He's getting double teamed now, but managed to get out of there.
Does very well.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then
passes it.
Disbelief as he passes it to X.
Yeah, I'm not sure if the rare bit of sun we've had got in Dan Watson's eyes there. It certainly looks shadow-wise that he was looking into it, but either way, Latvia get the ball back and they look to get it up whilst England players still in the penalty bench. Great work from number 93 on this near side to keep his team on side. That's Eistrats.
To Goodmanis. And Fachipunti again.
And the England penalty is released. We're all even as they skip it through. And they get one off that, and they get an and one. It's a great little pass inside. That's Mowens with the finish. He's looked active so far today. Worked a couple of opportunities for himself. He's just stayed down off that hit. It's number 4, Grady Jackson Fail, being aggressive on the slide. But he's just hit him a little bit too late. He's going to serve a minute, and I hope there's nothing too serious here for Mowens.
It's always a nasty sight when someone's down, injured after a play, and we all hope he's going to be okay. The fans are also toned it down a little bit with their noise and their support, and
yeah, we'll hope it's nothing too serious. The physio's just on the field with him.
we see a lot of players taking a knee. I think that's a very nice tradition in lacrosse.
Helmet's come off, I think it. I don't want to comment on it. I'm not sure what's gone on. As I say, he's took the shot well. I think on the turn he's just been hit. Hopefully it's nothing too serious. If you are watching at home, we've got the Scotland team currently walking out to the bagpipes. Scotland the Brave, played by number 33, Dan McQuaid for them. They're about to kick off a big group game against Portugal. They're hoping after a couple of difficult defeats against Switzerland, against Israel yesterday, that they'll be able to finish third in the group and hopefully progress to those knockout stages. Got Clark who is sat up here, the Latvian player.
Yeah, Moens looks rattled a little bit. And needs some time to recover from that hit.
I'm right in saying, I think the flag came after the goal, so Latvia should start with it here. There's a big round of applause as Moens, the goal scorer, gets to his feet. They'll hope he's fit enough to come back to the field. He's walking off unassisted, which is great to see.
Yeah.
He's been a big player for them so far today, so they'll be hoping he can get back involved, but we'll just take a few on the side. And as I said, ball starting up top with Ponte. I mean, he's been winning a lot of the faces and starting with it up top anyway, but this one's a free one for him. 3-2 the score, just over 2 minutes in this quarter. It's been a big comeback quarter from Latvia.
Yeah, from not scoring in the first quarter to almost tying it here.
Ball behind now with Lasda. He drives round. Great little knockdown. It's Nick DiCaprio with the knockdown. Will Baxter retains it. Dan Flish just looking to clear it. He'll kill a bit of his penalty. Taking his time there, but the speed of Dan Flish just beating Lasda. He kicks it down the line. He just killing things here, Tim Collins.
Probably going to see a penalty kill here, as he's not getting any pressure from the Latvian defense, although they're man up.
I think they've seen that how devastating England can be if you press out too much on them, particularly on unsettled plays. So they just allow them to kill a penalty, and now they can just play some solid team defense. And doing that now. Penalty is released. Danny Hilditch with the ball. He goes down the alley. He scored a big goal with his right hand in the first game. Kick it down. Dan Watson just trying to work things here. Skips it all the way up top. Danny Hilditch yet again making a nice little move. Good aggressive defence. Just shakes it though, Hilditch. Ball bobbles out. Blair picks it up.
I think that's an interference call for Latvia, or by England, an interference, and it makes it Latvian ball with Ponte again.
They get it over Latvia.
Yeah.
It's Dockers with it now. He kicks it down low. Just over the top of Lasda. Just over. I can't really tell how long's left. I think the clock's wrong, but that's all. Yeah. Well, it is. That's the first half. 3-2 the score. It's a very close fought battle. A few little penalties from both sides that they've taken advantage of. It's been a big battle on the face-off, and it's definitely shaping up to be a really exciting second half. We will catch you on the flip side. Look forward to joining you for that one. See you shortly.
we honor our indigenous roots and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
Welcome back. You are joining us for the second half of what has been a very low scoring but a very exciting game here between England, the defending champions of the European Championship, and Latvia, who are playing in the white. It's 3-2 currently in the favour of England. As Danny Madeley comes out for their first face-off of the half. Dan Flisk on the wing, picks it up. He'll get the first possession here. I think a lot of stuff to talk about for both coaches. I think for England, they've worked shots well, but it's making that keeper move. Richter's in net has been solid. You know, when they've taken the shots, he's read them well, and I think it's just a case of skipping it through. As he saves another one there.
Yep.
Dan Watson tries to turn the corner. They'll get the opportunity to clear. Speaking of which, I think that's the big talking point for Latvia. They've looked good when they've had the ball in the offence, but at times they've panicked a little bit too much on the clear and thrown it out of bounds. We've clearly spoken about it because they're slowing things down here. Goes back to Richters, he passes it out to his pole. Gets it forward to his face-off guy, Ponti, who has been fantastic yet again today.
It's good to see Moens back on the field. He was out in the second quarter with an injury a little bit, but it's great to see him back out.
Certainly, he's been a player that's been very active for them today. Obviously, he picked up their second goal, but created a few chances earlier than that himself. And it's definitely a big game for them to have him back. The sun really is picking up here. Wonder how much the heat may play a factor going into later stages, but some good defence there from Tim Collins for England. Ball gets kicked back across. Down to Ponti now. He's getting marked by Cam Major.
Who had some excellent clears in the first half.
Certainly, and we've got a stall one in early on here. I think must be a discussion that's been coming out in referees' meetings. I think the patience of some offences, questioning it at times. Get the stall one in. Ponti's turned the corner well. Not been able to get it to go. But his team retains it from the backed up shot there. And England make a substitution. That Latvia would want to take advantage of the extra man, but they fail to do so. It's Grady Jackson-Fail comes down the pitch with it. He kicks it out, and another big save from Richters there. That was Blair Pachareva who opened the scoring for England with that attempt. But they get it back with Blair now. Passes it down to Drew Bickerton, who gets cleanly hit in the head by Richters. Makes the stop. Can't get it to go, and you see the backup keeper for Latvia sprinting down to grab his sticks and his gloves as he's having to go in here. Of course, in international lacrosse, if the goalkeeper gets sent off and you've got a backup keeper, they've got to step onto the field. The keeper's got to serve the penalty, which is what they look to do now. I think he had very little choice there with that turnover from his team. Nice little pass into Drew Bickerton, who is very good finisher inside. I think he had to put the pressure on, but he's obviously hit him a little bit too high through the back of the head. Gets a penalty. But he stopped the goal. Hopefully this other keeper, number 16, Daniels Lukes, be able to keep them out for this man up. Skip it across the top to Danny Hilditch. He's looked quite sharp today. That's to Tim Collins, down now. Skip all the way across. Alex Russell looking for Blair Pachareva. Can't get that to go.
It was a really good look, just couldn't connect right.
Yeah, he kicked it across quickly. A little bit of a no-look pass, but was straight out of bounds. And a nice little tuck underneath there. That's number 55, Naj, clearing it for his team. And we've got a timeout, Latvia.
Yeah, that will give them some time probably to switch their goalies again. And Richters is fired up for his colleague.
Certainly. The backup keeper Daniels Luke stepped in there. He got some minutes in earlier games. He stepped in, managed to keep a clean sheet. He's getting a lot of praise from his bench, and certainly from Richters as well. who looks like he's going to come back into the field. And Latvia, early on in this second half, it's their first possession, 4 minutes in. First real possession. So they had one brief one where Store Warning got called and they kicked it up. They'll be looking to really get things going and hopefully draw back level. Nice little talk between the two England keepers there, Will Baxter and also number 16, Simon Bellamy, who had some minutes in the other games. Just talking through a few looks, maybe in case Simon Bellamy has to fill in for Will Baxter later on, or whether they make a change in the third, at the end of the third. Just talking up how the shooters shoot and what to expect, I think.
Yeah, I think we've seen the same switch in the game yesterday against the Netherlands with the goalie switch for England.
Certainly, I think it's important for the two keepers to just talk to each other so that if one has to step in, they've got an understanding of what to expect and how to read different shots. But Will Baxter, yet again, has been solid today, so England will be hoping that he doesn't have to jump out the cage, although Bellamy is a very worthwhile substitute. Patience here from Latvia as they go behind goal with Thatcher Ponte. He's getting marked by Dan Flisk. Got both short stick defenders behind goal. Kick it up top here to Lasder, getting marked by Jackson Grady-Fail. Good physical defence, he moves the ball well. Just a little drop pass there from Doctors, but he picks it up and he drives well again on Jackson.
Straight away, vicious checks, but Latvia keeps hold on to the ball. Good Manis.
He attacks with intent. Good defence there. There's an initial first good push from Will Shirt, but he's just bounced off him and slipped underneath. Will Baxter made himself big and the ball's gone over.
That was a strong performance by Baxter. We gave Richters already some praise, but we have to give Baxter also some praise.
I think we've got a moving pick there. England just comes back. Certainly, Will Baxter, a man who definitely deserves a little bit of praise. I think I mentioned it in a previous game. Was the MVP when England won the European Championships in 2016 in Budapest. And he's had a good outing so far in this campaign. Dan Fliss just dropping his shoulder and breaking the stick of the Latvian attacker who was riding. Clears the ball for his team and gives it off to Will Prescott, who's just going to take the sting out of it whilst they get the right substitutions on. Big showing from Phil Pearson there to just step on and get that stick out of danger so game can continue.
Once a ref, always a ref.
Not sure we can ever call him a ref, but nice guy nonetheless. Still drive there. Ed Loveland, he backs up his own shot. It's a great save yet again from Richards. He's out the goal, but he gets back in now. Dan Watson's shot, save stick side high from Richards. Just patient with it. He's just talking to his players, Richters. Gets it all the way over the top. And they'll settle it down while they get the substitutions on. Comes up to one of their goal scorers, Mowens. We've got an offside call. I think what had happened is midfielder on the near side crossed over, then ran across. Just talking, he ran across to substitute in the attacking half, but there was already too many people there. Bench officials realise it. England take advantage of the quick start. They extend their lead with a nice fast break goal. It's 4-2.
Yeah, and that offside call is a big call by the referees there, because they got a break right away and were able to convert it into a goal.
Certainly is. I think one of the defenders has substituted off for a midfielder, and there was no communication. And the D-midi on this near side decided that he was going to sprint across to the bench and stepped offside in the process. But another big face there from Vinny Facciaponti. He kicks it down, gives his team an opportunity to hopefully close that gap a little bit. Just get it down low. They've been very patient with the ball today, Latvia. They've had a couple stall warnings, even though they've been behind since that first goal. It's good D there from Danny Madeley, but ball gets skipped through all the way to that backside, and it's Facciaponti again. He gets it up. They've had a little bit of a different look in how they're setting up here. Lasda, usually we've seen him play behind goal and attack on a pole. He's been coming up to this top right corner quite often. Must be something they've seen in the scout report, but get it through goal. Facciaponti now. They've now got both short stick defenders behind goal. Lasda being the other Latvian player down there with him. Facciaponti just going on Cam Major here. He skips it through. That's a big shot. It's a fantastic finish there from Pence Aistrats. From the restrainer. Just stepped in, caught it well, put all his momentum into it and just stuck it past Will Baxter high in the goal. It's a fantastic finish to bring his team within 1 goal here. 4-3 the score.
Yeah, it was an excellent shot. He had time, he had room, and yeah, excellent if you can put it top corner right there.
I think it's interesting to see. They've been looking for that invert play. I mentioned that Lasda had come up high a couple of times. As soon as he got the shorty back on him, he went back down low. They're looking for that invert, a couple picks, and just other players working off it. They won't get a chance to do so here as England win the face. Oh, but Latvia come up with it. It's very scrappy. Blair Pachareva, not sure if he can go over, but does so. Some passionate words there from Jackson.
Grady Jackson fail.
Grady Jackson fail, yeah. He just he thought he got pushed in the back. I think the whistle had already gone for a loose ball, pushed the other way.
And that's Moen's back with the ball. Like we said, he was out earlier with a little injury, but good to see him back.
Yeah, again, they're just getting those short stick D-middies behind goal. Get the first one down there, is Dan Flisk. Put some good defence on to that last goal scorer, Pence Aistrats. Very good defence from him. Let's move on now, Latvia. Nice little drive through there, kicks it out to Aistrats. He skips it all the way through. Some great hustle. It's out of bounds, and England come away with it. With Tom Hallam just getting it over for his team. Just saying, let's calm it down a little bit.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of possessions by Latvia and offense in a row. So we haven't seen in this third quarter, we haven't seen too much offense by England.
Certainly, I think this English team really just in first gear here, particularly in offence. They played some good defensive sets against a physical and patient Latvian offence, but when it comes to going forward, I think they've been shut down really well by Richters so far. Ball skips behind to Drew Bickerton. Throws a little hitch, gets it. Drive going over the top, kicks it back to Dan Watson. He's had a few attempts today. Gets it to Danny Hilditch. Across to Roper. Then Tim Collins will attack. Turns it well off the bar from Drew Bickerton. Tom Roper gets it back for his team, and then Hilditch just giving all the time in the world, but sends that low to high right into Richter's stick. Sort of ducked a little bit, baited low. Hilditch pulled it high, and Richter's just ate that up. Knows his team just taking the pace out of it, trying to clear it now. Really has been standing on his head today, making some big saves, Richter's. definitely kept his team in it, and when they've gone forward, as I say, they've looked active and they've looked dangerous.
Just over 2 minutes to go in this third quarter. And Latvia really settling it down right now on offense.
Yeah, doing a great job, just taking the sting out of it. Tom Roper back on defence now. He's one of the many players on this England side that's involved in the Team GB sixes, so he's used to playing defence as well as offence. Skip it through well. And just nice little check there from Tom Hallam. And goes out of bounds. Let's get it across. Cam Major, who we've mentioned a couple of times, been solid between the lines for England. Gets it over. Drew Bickerton now. Nice little dodge through. Now they're getting the personnel on. Ed Loveland now, looking to be aggressive. Rolls back. 1 minute in this quarter. As Alex Russell attacks, he skips it through X. One apiece in this quarter. Nice little pass through to Blair. Alex Russell backs that up.
Pretty impressive how he got that shot off with the pressure and still managed it to turn the corner and shoot. That was
certainly, he's a very physical player. Blair Pachareva. Had the pleasure of playing against him a couple of times, and he likes to get in close, could get his hands free and nothing, and did that there. But Ed Loveland rolls back, kicks it up top. Dan Watson, look what it means to him. He finally gets his goal. He's had a few opportunities today that he's been kept out by Richters. I think it might be second actually. I think he did get the fast break one potentially, but look, that was great, patient offense. They backed up shots well, they moved it well, and a little roll back from Ed Loveland, just pass it up to Dan Watson, who just stepped in, buried it bottom corner. Great finish. They extend their lead to 2. It's 5-3 here.
Yeah, it was even too much for Richters this time.
Great face off there from Mackenzie Morland. Seeing him, he's quick with it, he can handle it under pressure, and he gets that ball over the halfway line, even with the riding players for Latvia. Gets it down to Drew Bickerton, and they know they've got very little time left. Skips it through, they try and get a shot. Tom Hallam goes wide, and that should be all she wrote. Of course, we've got shot clock stops. Richters gets it. That's the end of the third. It was an exciting half, exciting quarter, sorry. 3 goals in it. I think the scoreline doesn't really reflect how much was going on in there. Ingmar, I'm sure you can agree with me on that one.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we've seen a couple of really good saves from both goalies actually. So I think in any other game it would be a very we've seen probably more goals than only 5-3. But you can see that England is really containing it, and I think they're in full control. I mean, they have some really good looks. They had the break with the offside call from Latvia, but now I think they're really cruising to this fourth quarter. They look really in control, although they're only having a two goal lead. So yeah.
Certainly, I think their scout report might have told them, if they can just be patient on defence, just play solid physical defence, not let the easy shots happen, and they can punish them when they do have the ball. And Latvia have had a lot of possession. England have just been solid, rotated well, communicated well, which has been led by Will Baxter in goal, along with some experienced Poles back there. And as I say, I think they'll be happy not having masses of possession, and when they've had it, they've created some good looks. Richters, of course, with some fantastic saves, but this England side are in control. 5-3 the score, and they'll look to extend that going into this second half, Final quarter, sorry. Already in the second half. No goalie change for England. Will Baxter heading back out there. As mentioned, he's been rock solid as ever today. Obviously, brother Andy Baxter had a long career with England. Wore the number 24 shirt. Will decided to be kind and pass his number 20 on to Dan Flisk, who wore that for the juniors, the under-20s in Limerick. Decided to take up big brother Andy's shirt number. I know he'll be watching at home, eager to support his brother and see this team succeed, hopefully. There's a common sight on the face-off. Thatcher Ponte versus Mackenzie Morland. And we've got a loose ball push, and the ball goes Latvia to start this fourth quarter. Lasda, who's been fairly quiet today. It's one of the players I pointed out early on as a potential threat for them, but I think Grady Jackson-Fale's done a great job defending him for the majority of the game.
Yeah, I think he's getting shut down pretty well, and you're really seeing some more of the matchup with the shorties versus the shorties here today.
Indeed.
Especially from Latvia.
Indeed. Interestingly enough, you see Cam Major playing out really far there, but just sort of running with his player. Not engaging too much, but just not letting him get that head of speed. Now the ball comes up with Lasda. He skips it through. Retain it well.
Lasda looks more like a quarterback than one of the key dodgers this game.
Certainly has, and Doctor's pass just going a little bit wayward. Doesn't actually roll out though, but Grady gets it stopped for his keeper. He finds Nick DiCaprio on the break. Nick DiCaprio pulls a shot.
Oh, wow.
And he celebrates that. He deserves it. It's a fantastic finish from Nick DiCaprio, a man who was actually on SportsCenter's top 10 for an own goal. I'm sure that could potentially make our top 10 plays as a pole goal. What a finish that is. It's a great little pass from Will Baxter. Just goes to bobble a little bit, but DiCaprio picks it up well, drives down, no one slides to him. He just grips and rips that. Richter's nowhere near. Great finish, 6-3 England.
Yeah, it's always when a midfielder or a long stick midfielder or a long ball gets over midline, you can really see their eyes are lighting up, and they wanna go to goal.
Indeed, yeah, it's there's a lot of experience. I've mentioned it before. He played at the last World Championships with a short stick. He created a lot of opportunities for them there, but he's decided to go back to his roots in defence for this tournament, and still gets his goal regardless. What a finish that was. He's been solid in defence as well today, as is the rest of this England team. Some black calls here from the Latvian team. Must be one of their plays. Goes out to Thatcher Ponte out wide. Get marked by Will Shirt from Cheadle Lacrosse Club. Nice drive, nice little push fit from Will Shirt. Comes round to Lasda, he engages. Engages well, turns, it hits the side netting. The Latvian fans think it's gone in, but they come back up with it. Get it back out top. It's a nice little roll. Nice little drive down there, kicks it behind. Keeps it in well there, Thatcher Ponte.
Wants to pick from his teammate.
Yeah, he's just dodging on Matt Tatton there as well. But comes up to Lasda. Nice little move underneath. Great defense. And Dan Fliss comes up with it. He's got the speed to get it up there quickly. He'll want this transition to go well. Kick it down. Nice take.
Oh, wow. Nice tic-tac-toe goal there.
Yeah, it's Dan Watson with the final finish. He's had a couple today. It was a nice little pass down from Drew Bickerton, and Dan Watson, the natural lefty, takes it on his right there and throws the fake and waits for Richters to move, puts it between his legs, and just the speed from Dan Flisk there off that ground ball to just get it down in transition quickly and force that goal for his team. They extend the lead 7-3, becoming a little bit more comfortable for England, but Latvia definitely have the ability to get back into this one.
Yeah, like I said in the break, I think England is in full control, and you can see it in plays like this.
Certainly, I think they don't mind playing that defence because they know they've got the ability to get a turnover quickly. Cam Major putting the pressure there on Thatcher Ponte, but Latvia come up with it. It's Eistrats getting it down to Lasda, back up to Eistrats. He's been good today. Very strong Latvian support down our right, continuing to stay consistent. Drew Bickerton just sending a ball back to our left-hand side. There's a couple come on the field from the team warming up down there, but say Latvia's fans definitely been vocal today, and there's a lot of them as their team looks to get back into it. Nice little move down the alley here, kick it behind to Lasda. He's just directing traffic. He's got his player hung up. He's telling people to get out of the way. This defender, of course, Grady Jackson Fail. He'll be talking to Will Baxter, saying, "Where do you want me?" He gets out to him now. Good to re-engage here. Kick it back. Nice little check there. Matt Tatton with the little wrap check. He's been caught for a hold. I think that one's a little bit harsh, but he's got a different angle than I do. Latvia get it back. It's just a 30-second penalty on Matt Tatton. He's been very consistent so far this tournament for England. You see Danny Madeley coming out with a pole here, obviously. One of the face-off guys for the England team, usually a short stick, plays his lacrosse at Rochdale, but he is a bit of a screwdriver, a bit of a utility man for this England team, and he'll fill in after a few unfortunate injuries for them yesterday in that defensive department. Nice little skip through, but Will Baxter says thank you very much, and all of a sudden, penalty's released. 30 seconds over and we're back to even strength. I'll take the sting out of it with Cam Major in this corner. Cam Major just getting a little bit of off ball from Lasda. We're just seeing a little bit of a scrap here. Referee's looking at it, but
yeah, I've seen some helmet grabbing there.
Yeah, I think that's.
And I think
that speaks testament to how influential Cam Major's been in that defensive half today for them.
Yeah.
Been a lot of dodges on him. He's cleared the ball well, and it's been a nuisance that's broke down that Latvian attack. So,
yeah, frustration boiled over there.
Certainly, and they get things moving again now. It's Drew Bickerton up to Tim Collins. Get it across now. Through X. Back up to Tim Collins. Drops it, but he retains. He takes it high. He'll want to engage here. Gets all the space down that alley. Gets his hands free. Moves it behind now. They've got to keep it in call. They don't need it. Danny Hilditch. That's his first of the day. It's a nice little pass. And see what it means, this England team. They're just starting to click a little bit more. Not really had a test in those first two games. They had to be quite patient today in defence. And when the balls come up, it's just starting to click as they extend that scoreline even further. Well-worked team goal. And an important one for England, I would say. Danny Madeley coming out for this face. He's taken a few less today than he might have wanted to. Obviously, as I mentioned, he's filled in on the pole quite a lot. He does well, wins the clamp. Great fight there from Thatcher Ponte, and he comes up with it. Danny Madeley wanting to hold, but Thatcher Ponte's driving through, drops his shoulder. Gets absolutely lifted up there. That is fantastic defence. I think it's Nick DiCaprio. Slid to him, just lifted him in the air. It's aggressive. They're having a word. See what's going. Stand corrected. It was Grady Jackson fail. I mean, he looks confused. He doesn't think he's done anything wrong. It looked good physical defence from here, I think.
Feels like it's getting a little bit more chippy in at the end of this game.
Certainly. I think it just speaks volumes to the intensity that's been there throughout. Both teams battled hard. Some really good opportunities for both sides. And
yeah, so far, no real problems.
Yeah,
when
you're as physical and intense as both these sides like to play, it gets to a point where it starts boiling to a head. But hopefully that'll be the end of it and just continue a good game of lacrosse. Sort of pass up now. Lasda, nice little skip through. Doctors passes it down, turns a corner. Great save from Will Baxter. That is fantastic. Just reads it well on the doorstop. That was Istrats turning the corner. He scored one today. Will Baxter just soaking that pressure. He says thank you very much as Matt Tatton just calms things down here.
Yeah, that was impressive by Baxter.
Certainly was. I mentioned in the last game, he spent the first part of his university career playing outfield, playing back up to big James Holt in net. Stockport Lacrosse Club keeper. Will Baxter was a top goal scorer playing LSM, so he's definitely used to that pressure.
And
I'm struggling to see what that was for, but I think, I'm not really sure, but they've got it up here, Latvia, with Istrats. Takes the sting out of it, goes up to number 4, who's been great again today, Mowens. Takes it behind. Just getting marked by Tim Collins. Oh, sorry, that's Cam Major, apologies. Looked like a number 7 to me. Will Baxter picks it up. Now he comes out to Cam Major. He just slows things down. As his team's in shape up. All the way back to his keeper.
yeah, Major really had a great game today. You know, he was instrumental, I think, for you know, man down, short stick defensive midfield, clearing the ball.
Certainly, I think that whole defensive unit for England's been solid. He's definitely been a standout one in getting the ball up there, as is Dan Flisk, but Latvia, they come up with it. Great defence, but Lasda takes it. Will Baxter with the on the door stop. Nick DiCaprio, who's got his goal today, flicks it up to Dan Flisk. He goes to transition it yet again. He just pulls it out. It's good game management. He could have taken a shot there himself, but he knows just over 3 minutes to go, and with a comfortable 5-goal lead, his team doesn't need to push it that much. Drew Bickerton gets it up to Ed Loveland, another player who's looked sharp in attack for them. He created a nice goal for Dan Watson earlier on. Slowing it right down. Tom Roper of the Paddington Bears right here. Drives down, just got a little car passing up, don't really know what's going on there. But it's with Drew Bickerton now. He's instrumental in this. Oh, sorry, that was Dan Watson, not Drew Bickerton. But both of them have been influential in this attack. Tom Roper to Hilditch. Look at this game management. I think that's the experience from this England team. They know they take their time with it now. Work the right looks, not force it too much. I say that as the ball bobbles. Tom Roper comes up with it though. Gets it up to Drew Bickerton. Just slows it down again. Ball's behind. It's Loveland now.
And we're entering the last 2 minutes of the game. And England really cruising to a win here.
Ed Loveland coached everything he knows by Tim Blower at Timperley. Just drives up now, passes it out. Danny Hilditch, he's got a shot on him, but I think that was an offside there, personally. We'll put it down to the wonky lines. He does call it.
You need some time.
He's done well, he's kicked it, Grady. He's just stepped. They are very thick lines, so he's a bit unfortunate, and ball goes the other way, but it was a great shot from Danny Hilditch, just on the upright. Richter's clearing it now. He knows his team needs to push it a little bit more than usual. He goes to the dodge. Oh. What a hit that is. We've got a flag. I think that was clean, personally. He's been very physical. Richter's has turned into it. He's just been aggressive and gone through with the body, but he's calling it a unnecessary roughness call. It may have been a little bit high, but that's the sort of player he is, Grady. He just plays with that passion, and see him on the bench. He knows that was a big hit for his team, and he's frustrated that they called it. But
yeah, we also see here Drew Bickerton here, right in front of us at the commentary booth, just shaking his head. Can't believe.
Yeah, I was saying he's been instrumental yet again today. He's just took the pace out of it when he needs to, but he's really good facilitator at X. Got good vision and moves it well. As Latvia come back on another attack, they need to push it a little bit here. Get it up. Doctors with a big hit from Danny Madeley, filling at pole there. Nick DiCaprio pulls it out, gets it across. Hallam goes to clear it now, sends it to the corner. Good little tip there from the Latvia defender. And Richter does it again, and all of a sudden they're back up the other way with it. Last 30 seconds. They really got to push the ball now if they want anything. 5 goals, probably a bit much, even though they have been so dominant on the face with Thatcher Ponte today. Nice shot. It was blocked, I think, by Thatcher Ponte at the end. Danny Madeley just drops it. Fullback's a nice pass out. 5 seconds left. They'll just get it up the field. Wilshire just wanting to get to the corner. Not there is all she wrote. Fantastic game from both sides. Well fought victory. I think for a lot of neutrals, they may have expected a bigger scoreline, but it speaks testament to the quality of both defences, and in particular both keepers. You had Richter's in net for Latvia, who was unbelievable, and then Will Baxter, the Stonewall, in net for England. Yeah, again, leading his team to a big victory here on their road to their defence of the European Championships. I've been Fraser Hunter.
My name is Ingmar Kliemwanning.
Thank you very much for joining us, and we look forward to catching up with you at a game in the near future.
honor, our indigenous roots, and international history. Lacrosse is more than a game. We play with speed, heart, and precision. Young, modern, electric, inclusive, growing across the globe. Lacrosse is everyone's sport, governed globally by World Lacrosse.
The Good Stick Company is here to manufacture and produce lacrosse sticks locally here in the Czech Republic. Our mission is to make lacrosse more accessible so more kids can have access to affordable, high-quality equipment so more people can play this game and we can share this sport around the world. Our philosophy on pricing is quite simple. By removing all these different logistics and these middlemen in the manufacturing process of lacrosse sticks, we can pass those savings on to you. We can make these quality lacrosse sticks affordable for more people.
All right, I'm here with defensive midi Cameron Major from Team England as they defeat Team Latvia 8-3 here. Cam, we knew that this was the best competition that you guys have played. We knew that this game was going to have impact on the pool play of this tournament. Tell me, how did you guys prepare for this game?
Yeah, we knew it was going to be a tough game coming in. Like they've gone undefeated so far. We just knew if we stuck to our game plan, like beating them in between the lines, like plenty of intensity, that we'd come out with the win. We showed that there was a bit of a goal drought kind of halfway through the game, but defence kind of got the fire going, gave our attack momentum, and yeah, came out with the win, thankfully.
Now this game, especially towards the end, started to get very physical. As we know, like the games as we go forward are only going to continue to get more physical. How do we make sure that we stay focused when we know games are going to get more physical?
I don't know. I think like, we have a defensive philosophy that we need to just stick to. Obviously, we know we can be physical if we need to be, and we showed it there. But I think if you just stick to our principles, then we'll be able to get through it unscathed.
All right, one more time here with Cameron Major of Team England as Team England defeats Latvia 8-3 here at the 2025 Men's European Lacrosse Championships. Thanks, Cam.
Cheers, Bob.
I'm joined here after the Latvia versus England game with Ryan Richters, number 7, the goalie for Latvia. So it was a tough game, got a lot of tough shots thrown at you. How do you feel about the outcome?
I mean, gosh, it's England. They haven't lost a game in Europe in, probably 30 years. So tough go, but we're ready to see them again in a few weeks, or not even a few weeks, a few days. Come on.
And without you, the score would have been detrimentally worse. 55% save average right now for the entire tournament. How do you get mentally prepared for a game like this against a tough team?
Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of experience. I've seen a lot of shots in my life. I just say shout out NeuroTracker. Something I do every single day. Gets me going. And then just shout out my coaches. Can't do it without them and then my teammates around me.
Awesome. That is Ryan Richter after a game versus England. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Have a good one.